day, warm morning out there for practice. How'd it go?
A whole lot better. Yeah, I think the evening practices get a little bit chilly. I think the guys enjoyed the warm weather, and looking forward to another opportunity to go out there and win a ball game.
Very good. Well, we got to ask you, maybe start by describing your defense's performance on Saturday against UConn, and the two big defensive stops they made in the first half on the goal line.
Yeah, I thought we did a better job in situational defense than maybe in between the 20s. I think as far as going into the ball game, we knew that this was an offense that had been successful, running the football against some pretty good teams. I think the caliber of competition that Connecticut is played against was impressive, and I thought there were a lot of Power 5 teams that they did some good things against, but didn't quite win the football game. And then all of a sudden they beat Boston College, and everybody's eyes sort of opened up a little bit. And then winning 5 out of the last 6. So they had some success, and we knew it was going to be a little bit difficult for us. What I thought we'd stack the box a little bit and stop the run, but they were able to get outside and hit a few plays against us. So we didn't give up and got down there in the goal line and in the red zone in particular, and just did a really good job of bowing our neck and keeping those guys out of the end zone. I thought that was critical for us.
Hey, just ask you, what do you coach on that? What do you tell the players? I mean, you see Markel Broughton in on almost every play in those situations, but what's the strategy that you tell the players? Well,
we work on in the red zone probably more than any other defense in America. We spend an awful lot of time down there defending pass, run formations, and we got several different defenses that we like to play down there. So we drop Marquell down into the box to play the run quite a bit. So it's nothing new for him to do that down in the red zone. All our safeties are guys that get some fits in our run defense. So I think the guys just sort of, like I said, they got their pad level right, and they got into their gaps and did a great job of defeating blocks down there and not giving ground. We gave up one touchdown, but I thought the other 2 drives were really important as far as the outcome of the game and changing the momentum of the ball game. And I think momentum is a huge part of who wins or loses ball games.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
Hey, Coach, Tom Shanahan.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Good. Hey, how fitting was it on senior day to have DeAndre make that game-sealing interception?
You know what? I think he's done a great job for us while he's been healthy. And maybe earlier in his career, we really tried to get something out of him. He had a tough go of it with some injuries. And this year, he's really picked it up and been a valuable piece of our defense. And for him to step out there and track that ball and get an interception, finish the play and stop a drive, that was great. Just outstanding. I was every bit as happy for him as it was for our defense.
Great. Last year I wrote a story about Raheem Murphy and his life story, and I didn't get a chance to watch that film. That film about him that NFL Films did. Did you guys have time to watch it as either individually or as a team? I just wondered what kind of reaction you guys had.
Very positive. Yeah, absolutely. We care very much about any kind of positive publicity that our kids get, and very appreciative of it. And Raheem is quite a talent, but to see how he's come across and just win in not just on the football field but in life. It's just a tremendous inspiring story, and every day you always get 100% from it, and it's great to see that people can recognize what we see every day from Brahim.
Yeah, and I know you guys have demanding schedules. Were you able to schedule anything to watch it together as a team, or everybody just had to kind of catch it on their own?
Yeah, it's pretty hard for us all to get together for much more than just a quick team meeting. We're so specialized, and we've got a good bit of numbers that's a little bit more difficult to get that done.
Great, thanks, Coach.
All right.
Hey, Nate, Ken McMillan from The Record.
Hey, Ken.
How inspiring were those goal line stands to the whole crew?
One of the best things as a defensive coach, a defensive player, is a goal line stand, because I believe that says something about your toughness, the physical nature of what you put out on the field, and what you're going against. Your back's up against the wall, and they're 99.9% of the time when you get a first down inside the 1 yard line, you're scoring touchdowns. And to be able to bow your neck and win against your block and still be able to make the tackle and not let the guy fall forward is a huge inspirational time and motivational time for your defense and your team, and being able to, like I said before, just to sort of change the momentum of a ball game. So I thought it was a pretty good deal for us, and our guys, believed that they could, and made it happen.
UConn did manage to pick off at least a half dozen plays of like 20+ yards in the game. So I'm just wondering, what's at this stage of the season, what's your philosophy on what is successful for Army's defense?
Yeah, we just got to fit some of those blocking schemes. We had the majority of those plays that were, I guess, what we call explosive plays, were just fits that guys during the course of the game just didn't quite get correct. And I'll say it again, it's an offensive scheme that can be really pretty good, I faced it a number of years in the past, and I was always liked it, and just this particular afternoon, we didn't do as good a job of taking the correct path or leverage to the ball. And sometimes when you get too many guys outside, the cutback is what hurts you. And if you don't get enough guys to force the ball and leverage it, then all of a sudden he's beating you outside. So you got to be right. It's not just playing hard; it's playing smart. And what you got to do is you got to match numbers and understand your leverage on each particular block. And that's something that we just didn't do a great job of, in that ball game.
What does the UMass offense present to you this week?
My goodness, I know the offensive coordinator well, and just a really sharp guy. I think Steve is a sharp coach. He works really hard, is diligent, and the hard thing for us this week was seeing so many formations and plays, and it's hard to get ready for as much stuff as what he has put on film. I was talking with Coach Lewis. Coach Lewis said this is the best 1 in 10 team he's ever seen, and I agree with him 100%. These guys have outstanding pass routes, combinations, run game, formations, motion, everything that you want to be successful in an offense. They've they put it together in a package, and it makes it hard on a defensive guy. So throw the record out. This is a ball game where you got to be really good. You got to be able to play downhill. You got to be able to defend a variety of pass combinations, And if you don't get pressure on the quarterback, it's going to be a long day. And if you don't get that tailback before he gets ahead of steam, then lights out, baby. This will be a tough one. So we welcome the challenge. We're still working this week in practice to get better at it. We haven't arrived yet. We still got some work to do.
For you personally, what does football and Thanksgiving week mean?
You know what, the two best things in my life. Yeah, you get you go out there and spend time practicing over the holidays with guys that you see every day, and you come to you love the camaraderie within the team and the atmosphere and all that is just outstanding. And then my family, I'm always able to get together with my family, my sons, my wife, and we all just enjoy the afternoon and being together. And Thanksgiving, heck, you reflect a little bit on that, and you understand how blessed you are. So looking forward to it.
And also, I ask you this every couple of weeks, but how's the youth coming along? How are those, third, fourth stringers coming along? Anybody stepping up?
Yeah, I think this. I'm very excited about the young guys on our defense. I was excited about them at the very beginning of the season. I knew they were going to be good. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get to where they're consistent in what they do and what they understand. I think that first year, a lot of times you're trying to master assignment. And if all you're trying to do is assignment, you miss out on the more important part of how to win. You got to be able to use your assignment as a tool to help you win the play. And if you're just trying to catch up to assignment and don't understand everybody else's fits, then it's just a very inconsistent play. So these guys will pick this up and become more and more consistent in various times during the career. Some of them it'll be hopefully in a week or two. Others it's going to be during the spring, and others it's going to be at some point during next season. But I spent an awful lot of time with the youngest guys at the beginning of camp, just to really evaluate those guys the best that I could, to see who needs to be getting reps, for each ball game. And like I said, I'm excited about the potential that we have on this defense. But consistency of your defense is what's critical. And we still got a little ways to go before we're there.
I know we're thankful for a lot of things at this time of the year. How thankful were you to see Marquel Broughton back in the lineup last week?
Man, that was awesome. Anytime Quell steps foot on the field, I feel confident. That was a great great job by Max, stepping up and filling in for him in the Troy game. But we had another situation here where Q went down with a fever before the ball game, and Quell was able to come back, and we still were able to get Max out there and get some quality reps with Max as a backup. So you don't really think of Max as a backup. When you get Quell back in there and you got both of those guys communicating to your defense, outstanding. Really good. So and to see him get that interception on senior day was fitting. It was that was really nice to see.
And your thoughts on Leo Lowen this year and the contributions he's made? Boy, I mean, he obviously is playing a lot more this year, but he seems to be contributing and making and being productive this year a lot more. Why is that? What makes him good?
I think Leo sees the game well and understands his fit in the defense. And last year when we moved him down from safety to linebacker, it took him a while to really understand how to play the position. he is incredible in the meeting room. The homework that he does to understand his assignment and where he fits is tremendous. But you know, getting a feel and the timing for your fits and when to slow the tempo, when to speed the tempo, those are all things that linebackers have to understand, and it has to have to conquer and use during the course of ball game. So Leo is understanding, you know, where we're outnumbered and where he fits in the scheme of the defense, or where we've got you know, where he's got to fit tight, or when he's got to fit wide, when he's got to be, you know, put the emphasis on the passing game. All those things are coming together for Leo, and he's doing a tremendous job. I think you know, we missed him out against Troy, and he came back and really. I don't know if it was completely over his injury in his last game against UConn, but showed some toughness and went out there and played well for us.
Thanks, Nate. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
One quick question for you. Don Brown, the UConn coach, was previously the defensive coordinator at the University of Michigan. And I understand that you were there for the 1 year and worked with him on the defensive staff. What did you learn from working with Coach Brown, and what does he bring to UConn, do you feel?
You know, being able to go up there, I worked as a senior defensive analyst at Michigan that year, and one of the best things that I guess there's a couple of things that I took away from that. One, you know, how Coach Brown handled his staff in meetings, and how well he got everybody to work together, and you know, and the other thing is he was tremendous at putting together pressure packages, whether it was pressure to stop the run or pressure to stop the pass. He just you know, outstanding defensive coordinator. He's a guy that motivates you know, people well, and you know, his defense plays hard. You know, they just have a tenacity about the unit, and I really enjoyed working for Don, and you know, I appreciate him sharing, you know, so much of you know, what he does well, you know, with me, and you know, absolutely, you know, I took a part of that with me, you know, when I left Michigan. So it was a great time, and I appreciated that opportunity to work with him.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.